Welcome back. Now, Edelweiss has interacted with the who's who of the IT world in India as well as globally to understand, what is happening on the ground with respect to tech budgets for 2021, how Q3 is shaping up. Sandeep Agarwal of Edelweiss Financial now joins in to tell us more and what he's learned from these interactions. Sandeep, morning. First, if you could take us, what were the key takeaways when you met all these people? For 2021, what are we looking at? Sandeep, I think you'll have to unmute yourself. We can't hear you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sorry. So thanks for the question. So we have 5 key takeaways when we speak to so many people, so many experts globally. And I would like to first highlight 4 points which we have got on the revenue front. So first of all, what we have heard across the board is that, there is a much more favorable perception of the management of most of the clients towards technology budgets. So basically whatever budgets, and as you are aware, because of April to June being lockdown, peak of lockdown, lot of budgets in CY20 for different clients have been unused across departments, but particularly they have been more liberal in carrying forward or allowing the carry forward of the unused portion of tech budgets of 2020 to 2021. Now, when we, try to quantify what it could be, then it is between 10 to 15% of the budgets have remained unused across various clients across the globe. And if you see what will be the impact of that on the industry and the company's growth rate in 2021, I think the budgets will be 2 to 3% or the growth will be 2 to 3% higher for the industry because of this carry forward of budget or towards, because of the favorable perception towards technology. Now, the another question which we asked all of them is that are all other departments also allowed to carry forward the budgets which is unused? Then they said no, it is only probably technology where budgets have been allowed to be carry forward unused portions because the management thinks that they need to spend more on technology. So that is a very, very positive thing, I think, which is happening on the sector. Second key feedback which we got was on the banking space. So what our understanding is that most of the banks have been struggling with the amount of latency which is happening in the transaction, the consummation of transaction, the volume which has suddenly gone up. And the bank's perspective now is that because lockdown has been for a very long time, then it will be wrong to assume that once lockdown opens, people will start coming back to branch and do physical transactions the way they were doing earlier. Rather, the CTO and CIO of banks think that the technology spend will be more required, and this transaction may go down a little bit versus what they are right now in the online mode, but still it will be much higher than what their infrastructure can handle on a sustainable basis. So there is a renewed spend which will come in the banking space in a very big way, and most of the banks have asked their vendors to keep resource on mobilization high and keep augmenting the workforce. Third feedback which we have got is on the furlough side, and if you recall in the last quarter when the results came, most of the companies were talking about higher furlough this year, but the feedback which we are getting is exactly opposite. What we are hearing is that the furloughs will be either flat or probably slightly lower, particularly in the manufacturing side this year, because many of the clients have done plant maintenance in April to June, and also because people have stayed for too long at home, there is some kind of consideration that they don't need that long furlough which generally they take. So could be a positive surprise from that perspective, from higher furlough to maybe slightly lower furlough. Number 4, which we are understanding, is that in pockets we have heard that across the board, at least in the digital services, there has been a 1 to 2% hike which players have taken, which may not reflect in this quarter number but should reflect from next quarter because of the reason that this has happened very recently, and it will not reflect in this quarter, but next quarter onwards you may see 50-60 basis point improvement in pricing because of this. So these are the key takeaways which we have seen on the growth front. On the margin front also, what we are hearing is that again in this quarter subcontracting cost will go down by 100-150 basis point, and this is surprisingly being replaced by offshore and not onshore. So if you see generally the gross margins, how they vary between subcontractor is, let's say, plus 10% gross margin, the on-site will be plus 20% gross margin, and the offshore will be plus 40. So probably the gap between 10 to 60 is too high, and that is helping the margins to improve. So despite wage hike, there could be a surprise on the margins in this quarter. So that is broad takeaway. I would say that in this quarter probably first time the negative growth.
Sandeep, let me just come in. Let me just. Yeah, no, absolutely. Points taken, and extremely comprehensive 4 points that you made in terms of takeaways from interactions. So what are the implications for stocks, Sandeep? does it make you extra bullish on? I mean, it's a theme that you were probably one of the first to get very bullish on, and it's done very well. So do you remain as bullish on the names? Any particular stock or company becomes even more attractive given the feedback that you've got? Briefly.
Valid question, but generally what is happening is this space has only 10-11 players, and out of that Cognizant and Capgemini are not doing well. Wipro is just turning around, so it is not a very high growth story as of now. So only 6 players are actually doing well in the market, and because of that also good growth will come in Infosys, TCS and HCL. So the preference doesn't change in the large cap. Similarly, in the mid cap, Mindtree, LTI, LTTS will continue to do well. In the small cap, we believe Persistent should do well. Eclax should also improve its performance. Cyient will take some more time in my view. There are few or more names which we don't cover, but there is some positive feedback on them also. But I would say that the preference orders have not changed because as I said, 2 players are losing market share, 2 are doing so only 6 are the beneficiary of this whole uptick which is happening. So the preference remains same.
Sandeep, thank you very much. It's very comprehensive, very crisply and quickly put in terms of the takeaways as we wrap up this year, head into 2021 for IT services companies. Appreciate it. Let's move on and let's now talk about the campaign that we run.